Matter of fact, I want to test this to make sure this works with you. Hmm.
Hmm.
Okay, we're live. You ready? Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Mail Review. I'm your host, Aaron.
And I am your host, Cordero.
Yes. Today's show, I believe everybody's going to love it across the board. This is going to be fun. I hope everybody's having a blessed Easter Sunday.
Happy Easter, everyone.
Yes, but before we start, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That would mean a lot. Share, tell everybody about it. Share the link. Okay. So you want to start off with the first question, or you want me to just kick it off?
All right, I'll go first.
Okay, go ahead.
Topic is what would, I'm sorry, no, that's not the right one. Okay, first topic is would you date a content creator or would you ever be one? I'll start first. Um, I understand everybody has their ways of making money and things like that, but I don't think that I could date a content creator, meaning sexual content creator, not because there's different forms of content creating people. We're
Right.
talking sexual. No, I don't think that I could do it. I don't think I would be okay with my partner going and doing stuff and then coming back home with me. It just doesn't feel right. And for me, I would never. I wouldn't say never, but for right now, no.
Um, as for me, I would have to agree because of the fact that, see, it like you said, there's different levels to it, right? Um, Now, if it's like on some mass stuff, like where it's discreet and we know this have no connection, this not gonna run back to me or ruin my brand or X, Y, and Z, then yeah, I could be open to it. Depends on the level of the content. You know what I'm saying? Um, Now with that being said, I'll have an open mind if it's in that example that I gave. But anything else, no, because I feel like the way my personality set up is like if I enter in a room, they'd be like, "Yeah, I had him or her or X." Y. Listen, my pride and my ego will get in the way, and I know myself, especially right now in my life. So no,
So you
you know what I'm
could,
saying. Unless it's in the context of it's on some discreet stuff, and you've been doing this for a minute, and you're master your craft, and nobody don't know who you are, X, Y, and Z, and this is on some closed gate type stuff. Then in that example, yes, but it's not in that example, no.
so you couldn't date a sexual content creator, and you could never be one. Correct?
Correct in the sense, yeah.
Okay. Moving right on. Do you think your partner should play with toys by? You think it's okay for your partner to play with toys by themselves, or do you think that the toys should be something that you and your together? You can go first on that one. Since you have a partner.
Yeah, you're right. I do. So, I feel like it could go both ways in a sense because everybody need their individual time. You know what I'm saying? There's it's not gonna always be a we thing. But together, I see no issue. You know what I'm saying? I really have no issue because I feel like it's more fun interaction and you studying the person and how they move. You know what I'm saying? When you play with your partner or whoever you're dealing with, that's the intimate time where you could dissect and analyze a person and make them and see what makes them tick. You know what I'm saying? You're never gonna learn how somebody feels and master their body if you ever never make no time to play. And as a person who has done both, uh, it's a good time. I say, it's always funner when somebody else participating. Obviously, it's always more fun. But I believe, yeah, for both ways, yes, most definitely. It's important to know oneself, and then it's also important for uh, the person you're dealing with to know what your spots are. You know what I'm saying? What's the fun of having fun with sex if you don't study a person?
Okay, okay. So for me, I think it's both. I think it's okay for you to have your time alone by yourself. I don't see anything wrong with
Right.
playing with these toys by yourself, even when your partner's not around. Um, because I guess I can say previous times when when I was with someone, yeah, did it by myself and did it with them, and I think it spices up the relationship or whatever y'all got going on when y'all do those type of things together. So I think toys actually spice it up. So if you ain't got no toys, you probably should get some for you and your partner.
Now, honestly, just from me having discussions around men, locker talk or whatever, I know some men are very private, but there's some men that I know, especially, in our community, but even my straight counterpart, right? I feel like every grown person has it. Let's be honest. Every grown person have it because sometimes when the human factor fail and people just don't want to deal with people attitudes because it could be so draining. It could be so draining. It's good to have something back up. So I feel like every man, woman has one. You know what I'm saying? Some people might not admit it, but I'm a firm believer everybody does. Ain't no way. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm also a firm believer, even though you have that partner, even if your partner can you feel like that partner pleases you very well. I'm still a firm believer that no one can please me better than I can please myself.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Everything starts with you.
That's with those toys, yeah, you know your spots. Even better than your partner. Let's be real.
Right, right. I mean, everything. I tell people everything always starts with you. It don't start with no one else, right? So with that being said, because it all starts with you are the centerpiece, and then everything else is built around you. Like you literally like the foundation, if you will, if I have to give an example. So if you try to build stuff around you and you're not centered, there's no foundation, it's like, well, what are we doing here?
I agree, I agree. All
Yeah.
right, topic. Would you ever be in a I hate the term for this. I would just say poly relationship. I don't even feel like it should be this term at all. I just feel like it should be
Like
a,
open.
just like everyone else. But the thing is, it's called a polyamorous relationship. Would you ever be in a poly relationship or polyamorous relationship? Yes, and explain why. Why not? What do you want to do?
Uh in my younger years of being territorial, no. Um I guess with big age and experience in my 13 years being in this community, I would say yes. But the thing is, it has to be a solid communication and comprehension between everybody involved, right? Meaning, like, if I go down that route, hypothetically, right, it has to be good communication, meaning, hey, these are the rules, this is the boundary, X, Y, and Z. You know what I'm saying? Because I feel like the failure that comes down to it is because one person gets greedy or then people start sneaking behind people's backs and X, Y, and Z, right? So with that being said, it a person have to be comfortable knowing like, hey, I got you. Just like you got the other person. You know what I'm saying? Nobody don't feel left out. There's no deception in the ranks, that type of stuff.
I don't understand when people think because I've always tried to explain to people because I've actually been one in the past, and when people think of poly relationship, they think of the whole cheating type of thing.
Hmm.
Really like that. If you two or three or however many um, have a bond and y'all are together and
Hmm.
y'all truly like each other, and if y'all truly love each other, like each other, it could work. It's possible without cheating. It's very possible. But
Right.
you can't just love one without the other.
Right.
Be a full circle thing. For me, yes, I would do it again. If I had the opportunity, I would do it again. But I think this time I would do it the correct way because I was a person who kind of messed our little thing up. But I'm
Right.
sure now, I understand it now. So yeah, absolutely, I would do it.
I mean, I feel like, especially those that are, I feel like it's more easier, and maybe this is just me projecting, but I feel like it's more easier for those that are more seasoned in the game versus those that just kind of starting out. Because let's say, for example, let's say in this example, a person's like 18, 19, 20, 21, right? And most people consider in our community the primary years, right, where you're just starting out. You're still figuring out things. You're still figuring out life, right? Nobody don't really have all the answers at that age, right? So I feel like because you're starting out, like, yeah, try it and things like that. But I feel like sometimes, just like with any evolution or advancement, right? Try the basis, and then if it don't work for you, then you know what to do. You know what I'm saying? Versus somebody who actually been there, done that. It's like, okay, after the experience, you have somewhat of an idea if it makes sense. I don't know. I might be just talking, being long winded. Um,
Hey, share your like how you feel.
yeah. So
Okay, on to the next. Are you? I'm sorry. Make sure I read this correctly. Are you open? Are you a person that's open to different types of kinks? And what are your? Are you okay with sharing your kinks? Because also, um, there's a lot of people that are into like kink things. There's a thing
yeah,
called
yeah.
it's,
Um,
um it's called Onyx, which I would love to be a part of. So if anybody out there that would love to get me into
I
Onyx,
agree. Listen, you're not the
oh
he's
yeah,
not the only one. So am I. But
oh
I say this: am I open to it? Yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I'm open to it. Um,
can you are you comfortable with sharing some kinks that you are?
I guess I could say one, right? Um, so this is something I discovered like maybe 2, 3 years ago, right? So
Mhm.
I like, for example, like vibration sensational, like
Hmm,
stimulation.
okay,
So the way
but
that works is,
that means on yourself.
yes,
Okay.
or the partner do it to you. You know what I'm saying? It depends on the situation, right? And just like the name, I feel like it's kind of common sense. You find like a vibrational device, you try it on yourself, and the goal is to, if I say correctly, what I'm saying, like I said, I'm still saying this right. It sends like the shock waves down, like the shaft, and then it hits your system. You know what I'm saying? Basically, it's like ejaculating without touching oneself. You know what I'm saying? So to me, I find it fascinating, interesting because
It doesn't.
you studying your body, you study the intensity, how much your body could take, and X, Y, and Z. Like to me, it's fun. Hmm.
Okay. Um, I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
Uh, and let me know if you don't have to answer if you don't feel
Okay.
comfortable. Because I know, and I'm putting you out there a little bit. I know you have piercings.
Yes.
Do you think that you ever consider like because those are kinks, like you know how
Yeah.
they have full piercing? What do you think? But I just feel like that kind of hurts a little bit. But I guess it depends on how far the person pulls and things. I guess.
Okay. So, for example, since we on this, I could give because this is educational, right? So for me, I first got my piercings when I was 27 years old. I'm 30 now. Now, I had to get some things re-pierced. Those that didn't have piercings, y'all already know that sometimes the snagging and pulling, they might move out at X, Y, and Z. You got to get them redone, and 8 to 9 months later after taking them out.
Answer the question. Would you
I
ever
will. I will.
tell me
I'm getting
what
to the point. So, with that being said, it adds like a sensation to it in a sense where, because sometimes the snag and pull I don't really care for, like that. Um, it adds like a little plus sensation. You know what I'm saying? So when a person, let's say, suck on my nipple or whatever, right? It brings like a certain pleasure, sensitivity state because it's different when you don't have your piercing in. It's kind of regular, but it's more heightened. You know what I'm saying? Just an amplifier of sensations.
Okay. So, question that's not on our little roster right here.
Go
Um,
ahead.
do you have a spot on your body that, if being touched sexually, whatever, that makes you go a little crazy, makes you feel, makes you, you know, I think everybody has that little spot.
On
So
their body?
for me, for some reason, it's my nipples. Um, it gives me a really good sensation. Um, but you got to know how to do it right. And
Oh.
I to be biting. And
Oh, that's a no. Oh no, friend.
I like to. I'm gonna be honest. The
No,
suck,
you being honest. I'm
yeah,
about to be honest too. Mm,
sucking, but not the biting. Because I've had people in the past that
yes.
think, hey, to bite my nipple, it's not okay. I don't like that.
Me either. I really don't. I despise that, especially with the piercings I have. Man, listen, that's how you get that. No, that's how you get backhanded. I say for me, it's it's the neck. When a person like hits or so on my neck, it does something to me. It's like the trigger point for everything else for me. Everything else just follow. You know what I'm saying? Now, to be honest, even though it sounds so simple and basic, sometimes people can still, mess that up, sadly. But just on some transparency, that's what it is for me. You know what I'm saying? Like before, originally, it was nipple similar to you, but as I evolved in my sexual experience, I just realized, hey, it's more the neck than anything else.
Okay, okay. All right, moving right along. So I know that now this is kind of like a new age now that we're living in.
Yes,
We're in
yes, it is.
2026.
Mm-hmm.
And people use all types of terms and words. I'll give some examples like take me through there or putting somebody through the mattress. Like those words are like,
You know what? Okay.
but I want to know, are there any other words out there like that? Because these words, I feel like these words are really extreme.
Or some people be like, some
Like,
people be on some.
if somebody is, okay, so I know you're partner now, but
Right.
I can't put everything out because I want to put out there. So I gotta kind of ask the question in a way. Um, if okay, I'll say I'll use you and your partner for example. Okay, I'll do it that way. Um, if your partner called you and said, "I want you to put me through the mattress," what is your response to that? Is
I'll
your
be like,
response?
okay, bet. I already knew what time it on.
So you down with with those names and things like that?
Yeah, because listen, I feel like this. Words have meaning and intent, right? So it's a request. Basically, you say little things in little time. So if a person be like, "Hey, take me through there," or or something we discussed like a few days ago, like pound me in or something, I already knew what it is. So it's like, okay, bet. Like especially man to man, you already in the mindset of okay, once we get the cutesy stuff out the way, the fourth, all the cutesy stuff out the way, then I already know what time it's gonna be on. It's an elevation of sorts and setting an expectation of. You know what I'm saying?
And then the word "take me through" there, like take me through where? Like that could mean that could be.
Now, come on, now we know what that means. Don't do
Well, when you take
that. But fine,
to
for
me,
the sake of some people who might not be hip on the lingo, as a 30-year-old person who still try to be tie into these young people and the terms and stuff because even I use it. Um,
Can you think of any other terms that's out there?
um, Lord, those be the two biggest ones that be on top of my list every time that it just stay in my dictionary.
Okay.
Um, what else? What else? What else?
Okay. Next one.
Yeah.
What are some things that turn you off during sex? And in your past experience all throughout your life, what were some things that turned you off during sex?
Listen, I, I don't mind verbal because I love feedback. I think every man loves feedback in general. When they be too
Like
like
what
vocal, like talkative type, like when they push that boundary of being very like verbal, like they enjoying it, which is like turn me on. But then once you get in that lane of start being talkative, it's like okay, did we come here for an English lecture or did we come here to have a good time?
I don't
And then
want
another thing is
I don't want you to be quiet because I feel like if you're just silent, that tells me I'm not doing something right. Like if you just
mhm.
something wrong, you ain't giving me nothing. You're not giving me like no moans, no nothing. Something wrong. Oh no, I need you to do something. This ain't gonna work.
Listen to me. I be thinking of it two ways, right? Because I'm on the versatile spectrum, right? So I be thinking about this from two ways, right?
Mhm.
If I'm topping, right, and I be thinking like, okay, either this person is no, it could be three options. Let me put three right. One option is either a person's under something like under the influence of something. It's like okay, if you're not being there, then it's like okay, that's one right. The second one is you know, if I'm giving it my all and there's no response, I'm just assuming you're like a loose, empty hallway, and the hot dog just get put through there. And then the third would be it just be like okay, maybe I'm just not equipped because here's the thing. Sometimes by the time you get to a person, you never know what their resume or their car mileage is, and this is no shade. So with that being said, it's like they could go from King Kong and then go to me and then go to somewhere else. Like there's different levels and spectrum. You never know a person Carfax, history, there's no documentation or credit report. And with that being said, it's like, okay, those are the three things that be going through my mind. But at the end of the day, I be just trying to I know how to make things work. You know what, black people, sometimes we just make things work and we make it work and just move on. And then if you don't get no response, you wonder why you blocked. That's it. Like,
Another thing, I think this is a big one, a really big one that
mhm.
everybody agree with me on, and hopefully, of course, you too, is that if you know you're not ready, just say you're not ready. Like push off of it. I don't care how bad you may want it. If you're not ready, you're not ready. If the back part is not ready, don't. I don't care how bad you want it. If it ain't ready, it ain't ready. It could be
You
a, it could be another time.
there's
Today,
right.
I may not be going nowhere, but if it ain't ready, it ain't ready. That's a big
And
turn off for me.
right. And I could
Everybody,
say like, friend, listen, I could say this right.
if it ain't
I
ready,
I feel like if most people just be transparent because here's the thing. I know what it feels like to be in the moment and you ready and yeah, I'm gonna use this term. You want to get put through there and do all these gymnastic tricks and all this foolishness, right? Cutesy, right? Cute.
but if you want this cake, if you're baking a cake and you want this cake so bad, but if the cake is not ready in the oven, you don't want to eat the messed up cake. So just wait till it's ready. Wait till it cook all the way. It ain't.
Listen, here's the see, but this is the problem, right? And I'm just gonna say this. If the hole's not ready, that mouth better be.
Ooh,
Like there's too many
ooh.
alternate options and
I,
people be on the spectrum of oh my god, like okay, you not ready and ooh. I'm like, we grown. Y'all better be creative. Like if a person, especially with gas high, right, in this day and age, right? Ain't no way
but
if you know you're not ready, you better come with other things. You better come with like toys or other stuff. It's too much creativity for people to be crashing out.
some people actually still try it knowing that they're not ready, and you just I'm gonna keep it real on the show.
Hmm.
I'm gonna keep it real, and
Hmm.
you just painted on me, and you knew you wasn't ready, like, and then you wonder why I'm mad and why I got attitude. It's you, it ain't me. You can say no to
Right.
body, like say
You know
no.
what? Shout out to those girls. Shout out to those girls because you know what? Even those girls, even those men and girls have an audience, right? There's some men that into that. But if you know I'm the type of man after many conversations and you get the context clues that I'm not with that, move on. Like move on. Find somebody that's for that. Find a man that want to be on that time. But I'm not that.
Yeah, yeah. All right, moving on to the next
Mhm.
one. Now, we talked about this in our little meeting thing that we had. You can only pick one. I know it's going to be hard for you, but only pick one. Okay? You can only pick one. What turns you on the most? Is it the front part or is it the back part? Is it so? I'll give you another example. Is it the what do you call it? Is it the penis or is it the cakes? What turns you?
Uh,
Only choose one.
I know.
I
It's just from my
The
versatile
fun part
position, it's
about
hard.
it
But
is
I say this. You know what? For the sake of the question, I would say the cake because it's quantifiable. You know what I'm saying? Like because here's the thing. I feel like with cake, unlike the penis on the front part, you it could be enhanced, especially with some cute underwear and the jockstrap or whatever. There's more accessories to enhance with that could give the illusion. You know what I'm saying? So it's like to me, I say the cakes always went overall versus the front because you could always adjust and add on to the illusion. There's always supports, okay,
there's
when
a
it comes to cake.
part in the back that has illusion too. But I get what you're saying in a way because they
Right.
always go plump whether you have on whatever underwear. I mean, if
Or
you
even the jeans.
if you
Even
was
the jeans, like the denim jeans, even some jeans, like there's some jeans where you could put on, especially in this day and age, if they rip a denim, you put them on, they amplify the thighs, and the thighs is like the lead up to the cake. So once it's like a full package with the jeans, it's like it's already set.
yeah, I could admit myself.
Hmm.
Um, not that I try to hide it or anything like that, but I am one of those people where it just shows. It shows
Right.
no matter what I wear. So
Mhm.
what underwear I put on. Some people are just blessed like that.
Right. And there's nothing wrong with that. But for the men and the girls that need to support, y'all know what exactly what I'm talking about. So get you some cute Echo, jaw strap, and some good denim jeans, and maybe do all three. And then boom, you be popping like the person that's blessed. Now I'm not gonna call that deception, but when you need an enhancement, to amplify things, do what you gotta do. I'm
Underwear
for it.
are overrated. I buy all different other type of underwear. I don't have one pair of those underwear to be honest with you. So all y'all out there, call them what y'all want. I don't have one pair of what's the underwear you got?
Like the Echo underwear or the what's the other one called the PS some shit.
Yeah, now
The men that's viewing, y'all know what exactly what I'm talking about. I just can't put it on my tongue.
I
But
have underwear friend. You know I have really nice underwear. A
I
real nice collection of stuff. But I don't feel like I need to pay that much for like one pair or something. Like it just makes no sense to me.
listen, I feel like the cheat code. I feel like if you know your resources is not like that, even for someone like me, I can make something basic fly. Like and that's okay. So this is where I'm going to school people on. You don't need to spend $50 or $100 on some underwear when you could go find something that's equal in quality, that's comfort and fabric,
Exactly.
and
And
still rock out. Because at the end of the day, yeah, everybody loves design. You know what I'm saying? But it's the underwear is only an enhancement because once the clothes are off, nobody gonna be caring about the underwear. The underwear is just a little accessory, like earrings. So with that being said,
Just
once
don't.
once all that not gonna matter. So you spending $100 for something that's gonna be on you for like maybe 30 minutes to get snatched off, and then when everything's said and done, people not gonna remember you by your underwear. They're gonna remember about how your cakes feel and that whole was. So if you in a mature mindset, you be saving your coin, looking cute for cheap or whatever quality, and do what you do and put that shit on. Because a person only gonna see that same underwear so many times unless you that one person who just wear the same underwear, which is tacky. But other than that, unless you're not him like that, then you will have a roster of underwear.
Okay, so I didn't answer my question. So mine will be the same answer for you. Cakes. I love cakes. I am a
Mhm.
naturally a top. So yeah, I love cakes. I love it, I love it. Yeah. So there's my answer. I can go more in detail with it, but yeah, that that's 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 for another day.
Mhm.
Okay. So our next and final topic is there something sexual that you haven't experienced yet? And what would it be?
Uh, I guess it would tie into the previous question about kinks, right? Because it's kind of connected to that question. Um, I could say this. Like when it comes to BDSM, I admire it. But one thing would be like you seen those things where sometimes people get like tied down, and whatever, like either on that X thing or whatever, or it'd be like some kind of rotating spinning wheel. You know what I'm talking about, friend.
Oh, wait a minute, friend. You want to be tied down on the thing?
Listen, as a person who's usually controlling,
Just
a
say
person,
it. Say,
a, as a person who's controlling, usually I'm a very uptight, controlling person, very precise. But there's nothing like surrendering control. You know what I'm saying? Because when you surrender control, that shows you have trust in the person who about to take over. You know what I'm saying? Most men are very guarded. They love being controlling, and I feel like outside of being naturally feminine and nurturing, most people don't know how to give up control. You know what
so
I'm saying? So for me, I feel like it's no greater pleasure in a sense where you just give up the control to the person who you trust and you just let them have their way, let them explore your body, let them feel, what makes you tick or X, Y, Z. Like that. That to me, that's cutesy. It's very cutesy.
you know they have those
So,
things for the door too, where you could, what you call them?
oh yeah, that too.
What
That's
is it
that.
called?
That too.
Wing
That
or
too. And to me, that me knowing the personality type that I have, and you know me, you know how my personality is. Just to put that switch on and do Uno reverse, just for that time being, and just shut it all down. And be like, listen. Okay, I'm trusting you. I'm giving my trust in you. You built, you earned this. You did all these things. That to me, that's cutesy. You know what I'm saying? But
so.
But some people don't really. But it also depends on technique with it as well. So it takes studying, time, discipline to do those things.
So for me, this may shock some people out there. It may shock you a little bit. I don't know. For my answer, so I want to repeat this question again. Is
Hmm.
there something sexual that you have you have not experienced that you want to experience? So for me, I have never had sex with a woman before, ever. I don't know how it feels. I had never went down on a woman. So this is me, let y'all know in on a little something about me.
Right.
Um, Now, I have always wanted to try. I'm open for it, but I think only way I'm going to be open for this is with a trans man. So in the future, and hopefully maybe soon or whenever, that will be my experience. So
You know
that
what?
I actually want to try, and then I can actually say, yeah, I've done it. But right now, I can't even say 'cause I don't know how it feels. Like I don't know anything about being with a woman.
I could say this, and I'm on the same boat as you. I never done nothing with a woman. I always felt like I was like that. What did they say, that the Gold Star gay that just never really crossed in into that. But I could definitely see that, and I feel like that's most men, some of most men experiences, because sometimes people feel like it gets complicated because it's like some people might feel like it's a contradiction being what you are, but they want to do that. When reality, it's not. I feel like it's all a spectrum, really. We all might start off with our labels, right? But as we age, as we experience and evolve,
I'm sure you have seen in the summertime when we've been out. I'm sure you have seen
you know
some,
what I mean? Mm.
and sometimes you just, yeah.
Yeah, I get it. I get it better than anybody. I
I
get it.
think I will go that route. I don't think I will go the normal woman route, but you never know. I may.
You never know. I feel like this. Most people, and this is including myself in my 13 years being in this community, right? Is that everybody say, "Oh, I might not," or "do woo," but most people don't know what they do in certain situations when the time comes. And when the time comes, the response they give in present day versus what happened in the moment be two different things, very two different things, right? So
Yeah.
even for myself, I would say never when it comes to certain things because of the fact of the matter is the human is always evolving. You can say one thing today, doesn't mean you're gonna be the same tomorrow. And no, it's not a contradiction. There's no contradiction when it comes to evolution. And I just want to put that out there because sometimes I feel like there's a stigma when it comes to when certain people want to do one thing and they might put out one thing to the masses, like, oh, I'll never do this. And then they catch people get caught up in a whole different thing, right? And then they'll be like, wait, this just contradicted what you just kind of put out. But in reality, it's not really a contradiction when you're kind of evolving and exploring certain avenues, right? So it's like there's no contra, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is type shit.
All right, all right. Also, by the way, I have talked to a couple of people that I'm going to say this on the show that they love how you speak. I just wanted to let you know that. Like,
Well, thank you. I'm evolving my articulate, immature mind. I'm trying to grow out of my mature, immature, habits. So I appreciate
I always
it.
tell people, like when you send me stuff, it could be like long winded, and I'll be like, just get to the point. But that's you.
Listen,
That's you. That's who you are, and it's okay. That's who you are. But yeah. So also before we end the show and everything, I want to let everybody know because I be getting a lot of inboxes and things like that asking about being on the show.
right.
So anyone can be on the show. Anyone can come in the box and join us on the show. But don't say that you want to be part of the show if you're a shy person, if you're not open minded about talking about different things, because I may overlook you because I know who you are and I don't feel like you will fit the show.
Right. And here's the thing, like even when you acquired my talent, and it took a while for me to get to this state, right? Because you knew who I was last season into this season, right? So sometimes a person have to get to a headspace where it's like, listen, I think about it like this: when I get on this platform and I speak, even though I be very reserved and whatever, and like this episode, I think this is the most loosest I've ever been, right? Just transparent, right? It you have to put yourself in the sense that you got to represent a certain demographic, and I represent those that kind of be like on the reserve side, but they could be a little loose. You know what I'm saying? Like here's the thing: I feel like the things people don't want to be talked about, somebody got to say it. So I be the voice for those that be like, listen, I'm quiet, I'm shy, woo woo woo. I'm like, okay, fine. You want to be a shy, quiet type of guy or girl, whatever. I'm gonna say it. I'm
You
gonna say it. Like this whole stream, I have not hesitated my words at all. I've been putting shit out. People
even
take it as they leave it, whatever clip. You can't use T against me what I put out because I'm confident in myself. And
even
I
though
think that's the thing. People got to be confident in themselves when they put certain things out. Because I know once this get put out, I can't take back the words I say, and that's okay
but
because I
if
have nothing to hide.
let them in on a little something.
Yes.
Yeah, this man ain't shy.
Hmm.
may portray as being a little shy and being a little whatever, but when he was around his friends, he could get a little wild. But I
As
take
we
that.
all do. As we
We
all
all
do.
do that. Yeah, yeah. But yeah. So we'll be back next Sunday. Happy Easter, everyone.
Happy Easter.
I can go eat my Sunday dinner.
What
Um,
time is it?
and yeah, if y'all feel like, also, I'm putting it out to y'all. I'm putting it out on the show. If y'all feel like coming out to go. I put it out to y'all before, but I'm doing it again. Yeah. So yeah. You guys have a happy Easter. Make sure you
Happy
guys
Easter to everybody. Be blessed.
follow, share. We'll be back next Sunday with another, hopefully, more people on the panel with us.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. See you
See
later.
y'all later. Bye bye.